The Minecraft world is full of millions of blocks, but despite that, some specific blocks are extremely hard to find. Today, I'll be showing you 5 of the rarest Minecraft blocks and how to find them. No glitches, by the way. For our first rare block, we're going to need to head deep underground. We're after possibly the rarest ore in the entire game, and no, it's not diamonds or gold or whatever. We're looking for Deepslate Emerald Ore. Now, the reason this ore is so rare is for 2 reasons. First of all, emerald ore only spawns in mountain biomes and not in big chunks either, usually in just pockets of 1 to 2, so already this stuff is exclusive. But then you also add on the fact that since emerald ore spawns in mountains, they spawn way higher up than other ores, way higher than Deepslate level, which is what makes Deepslate Emerald Ore rarer than ancient debris, diamonds, or any rare ore that you could think of. So I think we're aware of just how rare this is, but the real question is, how do you find it? Well, besides just dumb luck, it's actually pretty simple. First of all, you need to make sure you're in the right place. That means in a mountain biome, could be any mountain biome, and dig down to Deepslate level, which is around y equals 0. You could either strip mine to find this ore, which is slightly boring, but can still provide decent results, or you could go caving. The risk with caving is that you might exit the mountain biome without realizing, or you might be in a deep dark biome or another cave biome, at which point you're just wasting time, as Deepslate Emerald Ore doesn't spawn there. Now, if you do actually find Deepslate Emerald Ore, and this is really important, make sure to use a silk touch pickaxe when you mine it so that you can actually collect it. Otherwise, you're gonna break it, get a regular emerald, and then you're gonna break your entire computer. Our next rare block steps things up a notch. It's actually not possible at all to find this block naturally or craft it. There's one and only one specific way to get it, and it involves you bringing a frog into the nether. That sounded so random. But yes, I'm talking about froglight. All 3 types of froglight actually. Of course, the one you get depends on which frog you use. First of all, you'll need to head to either a swamp or mangrove swamp and find a frog, or a few preferably. There's no way to make these guys follow you, so you're going to have to leash them up. After getting the froggos, you need to open up a nether portal and bring them to the other side, and this is the hardest part of getting froglight. Ensuring that the frogs do not die, way easier said than done by the way. You need to bring them close to a magma cube, kill the magma cube without dying until it splits into its tiniest form, and then let the frogs eat the baby magma cube. This will finally produce the froglight. Now, if I'm being honest, just getting a few froglight isn't the hardest thing in the world, but if you want a larger supply, you're going to have to get a little more creative. I recommend heading to a treasure bastion and finding a magma cube spawner. Build a little pen with frogs in it, make sure the walls are high enough so they can't jump out, and sort of just set up a little froglight farm there. This allows you to get multiple froglight super easily. You definitely want to make it way bigger than this, but yeah. Another safer option is to just lead baby magma cubes back into the overworld where they will be eaten by frogs. This is slightly less efficient, but it could be better if you want to spend a little less time in the nether. The next block on our list also requires you to go to the nether, but this one is even more dangerous to get. The piglin skull is possibly the rarest mob head in the entire game, and yes, mob heads do count as blocks, and it can only be obtained when a charged creeper kills a piglin. You can't bring piglins back into the overworld as they will immediately convert to zombies within 15 seconds of entering. This means you'll actually have to bring a charged creeper into the nether, have it blow up a piglin, and collect the skull without dying. So how do you go about doing this? Well, first of all, you want to have everything set up first, and I mean everything. Go to a bastion, set up a portal back to the overworld, then to prevent the creeper from blowing up once you're in the nether, you want to set up a railway system. Have a minecart system with a powered rail leading straight through the right side of the portal, with some more rails leading out of the right side of the portal on the other side. And basically, if you didn't get what I say, make sure the rails are on the same side in both the overworld and the nether, so the minecart follows a straight path. Like, imagine the portal wasn't in the way for a second, the rails should connect like one giant railway, so the minecart goes on a straight path. Also, make sure the rails go decently away from the portal to keep some distance. You want to have all of this ready to go before you do anything. The next step is to get yourself a trident and enchant that trident with channeling. After that, wait until a thunderstorm starts so that the enchantment will actually work, and then find a creeper, hit it with the channeling trident, and bam, you got your charged creeper. Lead it right into the minecart. This part will take a bit of trial and error. These guys are really stubborn about getting into carts for some reason. But once Once you do get them and they go through the portal, it's simple. Head to the other side, and now all you need to do is anger a few piglins and lead them over until they're right next to the creeper. With your shield up, let the creeper explode, and bam, you got the rarest mob head in the whole game. Our next block on the list definitely might confuse some people, but trust me when I say it is one of the rarest blocks in the entire game. Tall grass seemingly can be found everywhere you look. I mean, pull up to any random plains or savanna biome, you will see some tall grass. Simple as that. Bone meal the ground, you will get tall grass. But here's the thing, actually obtaining tall grass, like as a placeable block, is actually incredibly hard. First of all, you cannot collect these blocks with shears or any sort of silk touch tool. You'll only get short grass. The tall grass that you see in the wild is completely unobtainable. The only way to get tall grass is to visit a savanna village where there is a small chance of finding tall grass in one of the common chests. This is literally the only method in the whole game. Now, on the topic of how to get it easily, you can't control the chest contents of the savanna village. What you can control though is finding savanna villages easily. If you want a direct path to savanna villages near you, literally all you have to do is find or make a cartographer villager. This villager's job block is the cartography table if you need a refresher, and from this point, trading with the villager until he is an apprentice or journeyman will unlock some village maps, and there's a quite high likelihood that the savanna village will be one of those maps. Keep in mind though that not every savanna village will have the tall grass, but once you do get it, you can hang it up as a trophy, and only real ones will understand the type of stuff you had to do to get it. And of course, this would not be a rarest blocks video without a block you can only obtain once in any world ever. Obtaining this block possibly has the most steps out of any block in the list, and yes, you are correct, it is the dragon egg. This block only spawns when you defeat the ender dragon at the end of the game. Now of course, let's go over how to get it. First, getting to the end itself is a pretty big journey for the casual player. You need to have gone to the nether, fought a ton of blazes to get blaze rods, and then you would have had to hunt a ton of endermen either in a warped forest or back in the overworld for ender pearls, and these guys don't even drop them 100% of the time. Then after doing all that, you need to head to a stronghold, which is one of the rarest structures in the entire game, open the end portal using 12 eyes, and enter. From this point, you'll need to fight and defeat the ender dragon, which a lot of people make a big deal of, but honestly, it's probably the easiest part of getting the egg. Just make sure to have healing items, avoid the ender dragon's swooping attacks and fireballs, and the boss fight is over in an instant. After you defeat the dragon, you'll get the egg, and it's the only one you will ever get. Respawning the ender dragon and killing it again will not give you a second egg, and the thing is, you can't even actually mine it. You need to use a piston to collapse it, and only then will you be able to finally collect it. This is one of the most iconic trophy items in all of Minecraft, and even though it's way more well known than our other blocks, it still deserves a spot on here in my opinion. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please consider dropping a like and a sub, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.